Hello, everybody. I hope you have a nice day, nice time. For me personally, today is day off and tomorrow, so I will try to give you some update on latest news that are making headlines in Russian media outlets for this moment. Probably you did notice, maybe you did notice that I did not make updates yesterday and day before, and that's because I could not. I had to do some overtime at work, and I did not have time even for some proper sleep, man. So I just could not make videos. But as I said, today and tomorrow, it's a different. So yeah, man, let's make one more video on this channel. Today is the 27th of September. Now it's 5:30 in the afternoon. I'm Levan Gudadze, and you're watching my little channel, in which, as I said, I try to give some updates on latest news that are making headlines in Russia. First things first, I like to thank Alex Cristoforo. I'm sure you are familiar to this person. I want to thank him, and I want to thank his viewers because they were very kind to me. Because a few days ago I do comment often on many different channels that I watch, and a few days ago I did a comment on under Alex Christophoros video, and he did reply. I was surprised very much, and his viewers did reply, and they were very kind. I mean, Cristoforo, Alex even gave me some how you say it, man, advice. And that was very kind of him, and I will listen. I will listen, and I will try to you know I will try to do all it's necessary to make this channel really interesting for viewers, interesting and useful. But as I said, man, I only do this English language videos for like few months, and I'm learning, and one day, this channel or some other channel that I will make may become a really interesting one. Anyhow, man, as I said, I want to thank Alex Cristoforo and his viewers, and I want to thank all of you that are subscribed on my channel and giving me some attention and support. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about news, man. There are some huge developments in news world, and if I want to make this video as short as possible, I have to start talking about news right now. Otherwise, this video may become like 1 hour long, and we don't want it, man. So yes, this is a TASS news agency here, and we have here first results of referendums in Lugansk People's Republic, Donetsk People's Republic, Zaporozhye and Kherson regions. First results of these referendums are, and you can see it here in percentage point. In DPR, they already count more than 22% of votes, and 98.35% of the voters did vote for joining Russia. In LPR, more than 21% of votes are already count, and 97.83% of voters did vote for joining Russia. In Zaporozhye region, 29% of votes are count, and 97.79% of voters did vote for joining Russia. And in Kherson region, 28% of votes are count, and 97.05% of voters did vote for joining Russia. In all four regions, referendums were called as состоявшиеся. Как это? Let me just hold. Okay. I may get lost before I try to translate sentence that I want to say in English. So, yes, in all four regions, as you see, this is the first results, but more than 95% of voters in all four regions did vote to join Russia, and this is not going to be a surprise to anyone, really. Very much predicted. Results, as I understand, this evening or tomorrow, we will have official results, and probably we will see Russian reaction from Moscow or Russian side tomorrow and day after. I did read some publications that in 30 of September, Russian President Vladimir Putin may sign special decree about recognizing results of these referendums and about these regions, joining Russia. That may happen. I don't know. This is not official. I just read on some news outlets that will happen in 30 of September. But anyway, this is only a matter of days, man. Now, and once Russian side will receive new regions, new territories, and they become under Russian constitution, then we will have a very different situation on a conflict zone, because from a legal point of Russia and Russian law and Russian constitution, any activity of Zelensky's Nazi regime on territories of these four regions will be interpreted as an act of war. As I understand, Moscow, after Russia will receive, after Putin will sign decree that these four regions are joining Russia, he may give ultimatum to Zelensky's regime, and after this ultimatum, game is over for Zelensky, and his henchmen. Then we will see some escalation, definitely, and I cannot predict, man, what's gonna happen, but some say that Russia may escalate so much so that some tactical nuclear weapons can be used. Even Dmitry Medvedev did talk about it today, I did read his statement in which he said that Russia may and will use nuclear weapons if it's necessary. So uh, who knows, man? But anyhow, we are nearing some historical events. That's for sure. We are living in very much historical time because world is changing before very our eyes. That's for sure. So let's wait and see, man. Let's wait and see. I did mention this conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and I will give you some news about some update about mobilization that are taking place, partial mobilization that are taking place in Russia. Probably you did see on Telegram channels or on Western propaganda outlets, they will did not miss this kind of opportunity to talk some crap about Russia. They use any opportunity, man. So they will probably definitely use these videos from borderlines with thousands of cars are queuing to cross Russian border and go to Georgia or Kazakhstan or Mongolia or whatever. In Russia, I mean, it's like there's many funny stories about it, man. People are not so hungry about these guys that are trying to live, that are making fun of them, man. You know, because I mean, as I said, man, many anecdotal situations are occurring, like with borderline with Georgia, man. Uh, some these people or some of these tourists, if I may say this way, because of these long queues of cars, some of them were trying to reach border with bicycles, and you know, they were buying bicycles, and in price for bicycles went like skyrocketed, man. And some were paying up to 100,000 rubles for bicycle to just to reach border, man. That's how crazy people may got when they are losing rationality, you know, when they are too emotional and do make decisions based on emotions. Because I mean, it's crazy, man. And as I said, man, in previous videos, Russia is a huge country. It's the biggest country in the world, for God's sake. And Russia's population maybe not as great as Chinese, but still 140 million, 145 million people are Russian citizens. And even if 1% of this huge population will panic and do some crazy stuff when they are on the emotions, and if they run towards borders, you're gonna see exactly the picture that you are seeing now on the borderlines, man. Of course, this did not. I mean, it's unpleasant to see, of course, because I mean, you did not run from mobilization, man. That's kind of stuff that too serious, man. You know, because you have to live with yourself. You know, knowing that when your country needed you, you just run away, man. That's quite bad stuff to live with, you know. Particularly in a situation when you know that entire Western world, elites of the Western world. I never, you know, I'm never talking about citizens of Western states, because I mean, good and bad are everywhere, and ordinary people, we should never take each other as enemies, man. That's, you know, that's obvious, probably. But elites of the Western world definitely are doing anything they can to somehow destroy Russia. And when you and I mean entire world, even in Western countries, man, people do realize that Western elites are out of hand, man. They are danger to human civilization. That's how crazy they are. So when you know that your country is fighting evil, your country needs you, and you are running away, man. That's bad feeling, man. What you know. I do understand some people do scare. Some people have some issues with trust. You know, they don't trust political and military leadership, and maybe that's why they are running away. But no matter what, man, they gonna live with it, entire life, and it's not gonna be pleasant for them. That's what I think about it. I don't judge, man. I don't judge it. As I said, many of us just seeing this picture as like anecdotal, because what these guys said, how are you gonna pay for bicycle 100,000 rooms just to reach border, man? It's so crazy, though. you know but it is what it is. So here we have information that Russian defense ministry did not ask Georgia or Kazakhstan to deport Russian citizens that enter these countries in after mobilization was announced. Because as I said, man, there are not that many people are running away, man. When you take in account population of Russia, maybe 100,000 people will end up in Georgia eventually, maybe more, maybe same amount of people will end up in Kazakhstan, and twice more, like let's say 200,000 people will run in Georgia, 200,000 in Kazakhstan, maybe in Mongolia too, because in Mongolia there's great steppes, man, that they can find some place to stay, definitely. And Ulaanbaatar is a quite nice city, so that's capital of Mongolia. But as I said, man, all this movement will hardly slow down mobilization itself. In my understanding, main problem for mobilization is that Russian Defense Ministry did not cope up with logistics, because one thing is to sign paper that we gonna mobilize 300,000 people, and very different stuff is to equip, to make sure that all these mobilized reservists have everything they need to be battle ready. And I did see some videos on Telegram channels that are making some question marks, because in my understanding, Russian Defense Ministry was not ready for this kind of events, because in some places reservists may receive only uniform and weapon, AK, and some bullets, but that's not even basics, man. You need so much more to be ready to be battle ready in those conditions that this mobilized reservists will end up in a few weeks time. Because as you know, it's Rasputin now is in Russia, and in those parts of Ukraine that soon will become Russia. Rasputin says a period of the fall when, because of heavy rains, ground will become almost impenetrable, unusable for anything, really. It's just mud. And all those trenches, and all those underground utilities that are made to, like, on the front lines. To live there, it's gonna be not just difficult, man. I mean, it's gonna be some very, very harsh exercise, you know. And I mean, if Russian Defense Ministry managed to deal with issues of logistics in a very, very fast paced, if in a week's time all issues will be solved, then mobilization will go ahead without huge difficulties, without huge problems. But if logistical issues are not solved, then mobilization will stall for sure, because in few weeks time we will have many videos of conditions that are reservists in, and if these conditions are horrifying, and if these conditions make you not ready to be effective, then many people may think, why they should go to this kind of circumstances, on the front line. So as I said, I mean, if defense ministry will cope with these issues of logistics, then mobilization will go smoothly. Otherwise, they may encounter some massive problems, man. Yet again, I mean, let's wait and see what's gonna happen, man. I'm not really sure that defense ministry will manage to deal with these issues of logistics, but time will tell. Maybe I'm too skeptical, I don't know, but time will tell. There's some other news too, man, like this one here. In Sweden, some seismologic stations did fix data about two huge explosions in an area in which Nord Stream and Nord Stream 2 pipelines are damaged. As you know, both pipelines did receive some damage. I don't know when, but from this, this news is, I did read about it yesterday afternoon. I did read that pressure was in Nord Stream 2 pipeline, pressure was going down, but I did not know yet, and no one knew that these pipelines were seriously damaged. And in Russian media outlets, and not just in Russian, I assume, there are some discussions about what may happen and what did happen around these pipelines, and many are suggesting that this is an act of sabotage, and I do believe that this is act of sabotage, because it's not just almost, it's impossible to believe that both pipelines, Nord Stream and Nord Stream 2, and we are talking about 3 pipelines in this sense, because both projects has 2 pipelines. So Nord Stream pipeline are damaged. In Nord Stream, both pipelines are damaged, and Nord Stream 2, only one pipeline is damaged. That's what I read about this situation, and now we have information that Swedish seismologic stations did had data that there was 2 huge explosions in this area, and one of them was such powerful that it has a 2 or 3 point of magnitude. That's how earthquakes are measured. So there were some explosions. I do believe that. That's my guess, man. That's my opinion. In my understanding, U.S., British, and Polish special forces and Polish governments were involved in this action and this sabotage. Why Polish? Because this area were very popular uh, in for Polish fishermen. I mean, Polish fishermen and their boats are regular visitors to this area, and if British or US intelligence did use Polish boats, for example, fishermen's boats, and divers, send divers to the bottom of the Baltic Sea in this area, I mean, it's quite possible, and it's only, like people say, it's only, not people, but news outlets are writing that it's only 50 meters deep pipelines in level of the sea on this area, 50 to 100 meters deep. And the US and Britain do have divers that, and special equipment. They have any means necessary, any means they want to carry out this kind of sabotage. They may did not use Polish fishermen boats. They may use some submarines. Who knows? But I do blame Washington and London for this sabotage, and Warsaw too, because these three are troublemakers in not just in Europe, but in Europe particularly. So now we have a situation when Germany will definitely end up in a huge energetic crisis. And to be honest, I mean, that was expected, because I don't know what German voters were thinking when they vote for these crazy bastards, man, like this Scholz. I mean, this idiot, this Annabella Baerbock. I mean, she was talking crazy, man. She was, even before she was elected, man, she was talking so crazy. I mean, how you can vote for this kind of crazy person, man? How German mindset is working? What they did to Germans, that they are voting for openly crazy idiots, man. I don't know, but that's what Germans did, man. They elect this government, so they do deserve what will they receive, because all actions have some consequences, and their actions will have consequences too. And now it's inevitable, man. Germany was the main economy in Europe, but will be no more. And then the industrialization of Europe is just beginning, man. Just beginning. I did say many times in previous videos that I do see Europe as I do see future in a way in which Europe, continental Europe, is some unimportant province of the Eurasia. And you may disagree with me now, but for me it seems like that's exactly the direction that Europe is heading, to become a irrelevant province of bigger Eurasian continent. Anyhow, man, let's finish this video. I hope you find this video interesting, but if not, what can I do, man? So yeah, it's already 30 minutes. So yes, I have to finish this video now. I hope you have had a good day. I wish you all the best, and bye for now. Take care.